Happy Monday and welcome to the latest episode of Jamie's Monday Minisodes. I just got back from San Francisco, and so I am a little discombobulated from all the time change and everything. So pardon my mistakes. And now my dog's barking in the back at the mail person. So this is going great already. Anyways, I just wanted to pop in. So this month, we're talking about the art of intentional living, being more intentional with how you approach your life and what the difference is between intentions and goal settings. Last week, I talked a bit about how to begin clearing your calendar a little bit and saying no to things. And this week, I just wanted to share an article with you that kind of actually inspired this whole topic in the first place. So it was actually just an article that my husband Pete sent me. He's always just sending me random news articles that he reads. He reads a lot of news. And so he just sent this to me, and it kind of inspired the whole topic in the first place because I was reading it and I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. People are really busy. We need to talk about this. And so I posted the link to the blog post here, and then I also posted the link to the article so you can read it as well. But I just wanted to quickly go over it and my thoughts on it. So it's a survey from, I believe it's H&R Block, and it has something to do with taxes. They're actually looking at like how people are spending their money and spending their time. And it really touches on how busy people are. And so what they found was in this survey, the average American adult logs just 4 hours and 26 minutes of time to themselves in a given week. So that's it. In the whole week, I think we have like 168 hours, 161 hours in a week, right? Only 4.5 hours dedicated to just yourself, which is not a lot of time, right? Like that's really kind of depressing if you think about it, that we're so busy and doing so many things that we don't really have any time to ourselves. And the article also goes on to talk about how a lot of people may find that number high, and that 4 out of 10 people surveyed said they get even less free time than the average. So wow, right? Like we are really busying ourselves to inordinate amounts. And then the article went on to talk about some of the things that people put off because they feel like they don't have, and I have it right in front of me, so I'm just looking at it here. Things they put off because they feel like they don't have enough time. And the list included like odd jobs around the house, going for medical checkups, right? So because we have so little time, we're not even really paying attention to our medical health, paying bills, sorting paperwork, finding or mending like items around the house, catching up with friends was one of them, and then budgeting and planning. So I thought that was really interesting that people are feeling so busy that they're not even taking time to check their health for one thing, or to see their friends and be social. And so 4 hours, 26 minutes on average, not a lot during the week, right? Like that's nothing. And so I want to know from you, does that number seem high, low, or about right for you? Like if you were to look at your week and look at the amount of time that you actually have just for yourself, where would you fall when the average person is falling at about 4.5 hours per week? And then when you look at your schedule and you come up with whether that's high, low, or right for you, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you don't have enough time for yourself? Do you feel like you have too much time for yourself? Or do you feel like it's just about right? My guess would be that a lot of us feel like we don't have enough time just for ourselves. And we never really stop to think about that because we're just doing so much all the time, like we're always on the go. So if you were to stop and think, do I have enough time for myself? And if the answer is no, then the question is, what do you need to do to create that for yourself? Does that mean adjusting your calendar? Does that mean being more intentional with your scheduling? Does that mean learning to say no to things? Like, what does that mean for you, right? Because it means something different for every one of us. And we're all busy and we all have a lot going on. So it's going to reflect our own personalities and our own lives. And that's where I circle back to the intentional living, which, like I said, the blog post link is here below. Because if you're more intentional with what you're doing, and everything that you do in your life is centered around your core beliefs and values, my guess would be that you will find more time for yourself, right? You will schedule the things that are important to you, and you will let go of the things that are not, because you're living by core beliefs and values and not by the needs and wants of others, which really makes a big difference. So I want you to check out this article and post your thoughts. I want you to think about 4 hours and 26 minutes is the average for most Americans. Where do I fall on that spectrum? You know, like, how much time do I have for myself every week? And then I want you to think about, if you don't feel like you have enough time for yourself, what do you need to do to make that happen for yourself? What do you need to change? And take a look at that blog post, because I have a few suggestions there as well. But I want you to think about how intentional living might help you make those changes so that you feel like you have more time to yourself and that you're living a more intentional life. So that's it for today. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And sorry about all that noise in the beginning. My dog likes to bark at literally everything walking by the house. It's, you know, it's his way of saying, like, get away from my house, you know. And I leave the window open for him, so then he can not only see everything, but then bark at everything too. But hey, that's the life with the dog, right? Anyways, have a great Monday. Think about these questions that I'm asking you. Post in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and I will chat with you later. Have a great week. Bye.